Hey guys, this is the Prince of Mastodon, and I'm doing a commentary video for Empire Total War multiplayer. This is the France versus Britain battle. I'm in command of the French here, and my opponent is Yoeeb in command of the British. Alright, I cut out the first few minutes of this battle. All you missed was me advancing from my starting deployment of over here to up here, and my opponent started his deployment right here, and he's going to defend this position. So here I am going to advance. I already opened up the battle by running my Tirolor over to my opponent's left wing here. But in doing so, I lost 50% of my Tirolor in this unit, and about 6 Tirolor in this unit here. So I lost many guys getting here, but at least it drew away some of the skirmishers from his front ranks here. And you can't see the skirmishers, they're right here, but they're hidden, but they're there. So he's fired at my guys, but I'm exchanging fire with his. So because my opponent's going to defend this position right here, I'm going to have to open up the attack by attacking, of course. And to do this, I'm going to spread the attack on both wings here. On this wing here, and on the other wing. You can see me using my left wing of line infantry to come down this way. And I'm going to try to use French column tactics for this battle. So I'm going to advance through the forest here, hoping the trees will screen my movement a little bit. And here's my cavalry. You missed it, but they got nailed by his artillery. So in one hit, this unit went down to 31 from 45, and this unit went down to 27 from 45. And I have another cavalry unit back there somewhere. But anyways, my opponent sees a danger, so he's targeting my guys with his artillery now here. He's targeting my columns. Alright, so his cavalry in the forest, which is composed of lifeguards, they came out to confront my cavalry, which was weakened. And I'm going to accept this battle, because I think my cavalry can hold out long enough for my column to get here. But you can see what I'm doing. I'm spreading the action out on both wings here. But my opponent's going to withdraw, because he sees that my infantry is getting nearby. So he's going to withdraw back to his defensive positioning here. Anyways, I'm leaving this portion of my army here as a reserve, so that if my wings need support, I can reinforce them. But more importantly, if my opponent decides to reinforce his wings, I could cut right down the center here and into his army. That's my plan anyways. So I have reinforced my right wing with the line infantry here. Initially it was just my Tirolor, but now I got my line infantry into the mix. So here is my line infantry. I have to get them a little closer so they can get within rifle range, or within musket range. Got my cavalry nearby for support. Alright, so now I'm going to sense that my danger is on my left wing here. And that's where my guys need the most support, so I'm going to bring my reserves towards my left. And I'm going to leave my Tirolors here, in case I need them later on. And you'll see why later I left them there. Alright, so I'm getting my cavalry into position to strike his cavalry. I just want to keep his guys busy, while my dudes here advance to the forest. And they're already coming into contact with the enemy. My opponent brought in his Ferguson riflemen to exchange fire. Actually, these are line infantry. My bad. So he's going to exchange fire here. And he's blasting me with artillery right now. Alright, now he's bringing in some more line infantry to reinforce his forest position. And I started the big cavalry fight here. My guys were depleted already, but I just want to keep his guys busy long enough for my infantry to hopefully bust through here. And you can see my reinforcements coming down the center now. And that was my plan. That was to open up his defense, which I did. See that? See how his defense went to both wings? And now I can hopefully gain the firing advantage on this wing here. On my right wing, I'm completely outclassed here. Like, he brought in all of his dudes to smash my attack here. And that's the problem with assaulting people who are in the defense, because they can easily defend better than it is to attack. So anyways, I tried to get my cavalry out of there before his riflemen came into range, but my cavalry bit the dust. But here's why I left my riflemen here. So if these guys decide to reinforce his weakened wing, my Tirolor can can harass his guys, and that will slow them down from reinforcing this wing. So anyways, my opponent launched his cavalry into my line infantry, but as they were coming, I put my guys into a square, and the forest probably screened his vision, so his cavalry ran right into my square. So he overran my first square, but when he got to my second square, that bogged his cavalry down. So he's probably going to disengage here in just a minute. I guess his guys are losing this fight. Well, it says they're winning, but they're actually losing men. But anyways, I brought in my reserve infantry unit now, which is actually quite a huge amount of reserves here. And I'm going to lead the assault right down the opponent's center here. Alright. So yeah, this is our third battle we played, and this was the deciding battle in our best 2 out of 3. He won the first battle, which I showed, and I won the second battle, which I did not show. But I'm going to show you the third battle at least. So here he is, he's cutting down my infantry. So he completely destroyed my right wing assault, which was fine. Because I just wanted to open up his position. So here's my light infantry, moving through the forest still. My opponent was able to disengage with his cavalry. He lost a lot of horses, but he still has a huge cavalry force. My cavalry force is non-existent now. Alright, so I'm going to strengthen my attack here, bringing up more of my reserves, and this is the last of my reserves right here. These guys. I'm getting nailed by his 24-pound artillery. And by the way, his army was very similar to the armies he used in the previous battles. Like, he brought tons of skirmishers, I believe 6 units of them. But he changed his dragoon force into a heavy cavalry force of lifeguards, and he brought a 24-pound howitzer foot artillery unit here to strengthen his defense. Alright, so my Tirolor, they are going at it with his guys. But my melee assault down my opponent's center here has failed. You can see his cavalry coming in to deliver the coup de grace on my line infantry here. And once he crushes those guys, he can use his cavalry to stroll down my Tirolor line here, who are very vulnerable to melee assault. But I'm still going to keep up the pressure on my opponent's right wing there. So here comes his cavalry. He's going to lead the glorious charge with his cavalry. It's pretty sweet to look at, watching his cavalry crush through. Here they come. They got their sabers out. And they're going to give it to my Tirolor. Very good stuff. Alright. But I'm going to keep up the attack, my opponent's right wing here. The battle's pretty much over already. You can see my guys, they're biting the dust. But I want to keep up the pressure, and I want to restore honor to my troops here by fighting to the last man. And I'm going to keep up the pressure, as I said. Here he's leaving his guys open to flank fire, but he just wants to destroy my remaining units so he can turn on my last unit, who is on the outside of his army. So we're going to watch this climactic assault here. This is my Maison Duois. They are my guard units. They're very elite, but they are heavily outnumbered too. So they will equip themselves with their bravery. They will fight to the last man. They're going to hit my artillery too. Now they are starting to rout. And Napoleon himself, he said that the only honorable way for surrendering is if you're cut off from the rest of your army. And my guys are pretty much cut off from the rest of the army. In fact, my army doesn't really exist anymore. So we're going to watch this close-up of the action. And they're gone. So my opponent's going to lead the assault on my remaining 2 units. One of my Tirolors have decided to come back from routing, but seeing how many British are left, they are going to start routing once again. So that should be the end of the battle here. Should be like 5 seconds left. These guys are running away now. And that was a defeat, of course. I killed 483 of his guys, but I lost 1,342 men. My opponent Yoeeb killed 1,107 of my men, and he lost 641. This game's really great, but I really think they need to add a flat map without terrain obstructions, so that the guest and the host will have equal footing on the map. Very good game to Yoeeb.